We can change your life, oh baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody watching you crazy.
Do it now.
Baby, everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody watching you.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Hustle Beauty page where the grind is beautiful. I am your girl, She Hustle, and today we are going to get into how I made these Nebula nails. I had this idea, I forget what show I was watching, but I had this idea to make some very space-like press-ons, but this is a very simple design to do. You don't need a lot to do it. Now, I actually started with these polishes. I, for the life of me, cannot pronounce the name, so please pause and see if you can pronounce the name. But I found these on Amazon. If I can find the link, I'll leave it in my I'll leave it down below. And I also had these already colored medium-sized coffin nails, and these were purple, so I did not use any color to make them this way. They were already this color, but any designs I made after this, I painted that color as the base color. So, but either way, we are getting started with this kind of chunky purple glitter cat eye gel. The gels that were shown are cat eye gels that I found on Amazon. They're actually very pigmented, but they're beautiful, and you'll see as we're going through. I'm just putting a layer on each one. Oh, all of the nails have already been buffed. You always buff them to get the shine off, whether they come colored or whether they are clear. You buff to get the shine off, and I've primed all of them with a foundation, Beetles foundation polish, so that my gel polish will stick. And yeah, we're just going through and applying this very beautiful cosmic purple chunky glitter cat eye gel to each nail. As you can see, it's pretty translucent, so it's not covering the entire nail thickly, but you'll see as we go along that I end up adding another layer because I wasn't satisfied with how dark it was. And when you're applying these polishes, it helps if you test the first fingernail first, which you'll see as we move on and I move to the other ones that do that. I actually kind of tested first to see how to go about manipulating the cat eye design. And this is the cat eye wand that comes with the polishes, so definitely I'll leave the link below for these particular polishes. As you can see, like, it did manipulate the glitter, the metallic glitter in the design, but you'll see later that I end up going over this again because I feel like it was too light. But it's very tricky. You have to practice with this with the cat eye magnet. There's like a pushing and a pulling that you have to do. I'm still getting the hang of it in these videos, but by the time I got done with this particular set, I mean, I felt like a literal genius at it. I felt like I was a genius. I was able to manipulate. I'm sorry, I have a bit of a cold. If you hear I sound a little stuffy, but if you're practicing with it, you'll see that you can kind of manipulate the line, curve it, depending on how you push the magnet or pull it away from the polish. It'll just kind of like beautifully manipulate the design. I wanted to create kind of like a curvy vein that kind of stretches from the bottom all the way up to the top. And you can see here I was reapplying some of the polish because as it sat, it started to like bleed to the sides of the nail. I kind of hate when that happens, but when you're using this polish, it kind of also helps when you're doing it. I don't know if you noticed, but when I'm putting the polish on, I'm pressing a little bit because I'm leaving the glitter, but I'm taking away like a nice amount of the liquid, if that makes sense. Because it leaves behind a lot more of the metallic glitters to be manipulated. But the more liquidy you leave it, the harder this process will be. So you can see right here, like I swiped up and then down at the same time, and it left a lot more glitter, but it took away a lot of the liquid polish. Like if you use these polishes, you'll see it's a nice little learning curve that you have to pick up on, but you'll eventually get the hang of it, and you'll start to see that it's not as hard as it seems. And the best thing that I can say is the trick to this design is layering. And as we move along and go through different polishes, you'll see that the ending result of the nail comes from strategically layering and manipulating the cat eye designs across the nails. But it gives off such a beautiful effect when you curve it the right way. And I'm sorry, I was completely just in love and mesmerized by these polishes. I also did a set of press-on toenails that match these. All of the sets that I will be doing, because this is going to be a weekly thing where I'm going to put up press-on nail tutorial videos, all of the sets that you see will, if not at the time, will be available the very next week on my website, which is hzlbeauty.com. I lost focus on purpose because I love how it looks under the focus of the camera when it's a little blurred. It just gives it a magical feel. All right, so now rather than talk you guys to death, I'm gonna just let you follow through, and I will pop back in when we are done cat eyeing all of the nails on this side. Okay, so now we are switching to a darker purple, or no, not a darker purple, I'm sorry. We're switching to like a pinky purple. It's like a pinkish purple. It's not that different from the purple we use, it's just different enough that it has that pink overtone in it. And this is where the layering comes in and becomes very important, because see, now when you lay the next color, you will have to be mindful of where the original curves that you created are, so that you do not curve this color or this glitter over that. You want both layers to be seen at the same time. And as you continue to layer colors and manipulate the lines, you'll see it'll start to give the nail a 3D cat eye effect. You'll very much be able to see that they're sitting independently on top of each other, whether they crisscross each other but you'll start to see as I move through that you'll be able to see both colors. So this part maybe takes a little bit longer because that round part of the wand, the cat eye wand, kind of leaves the same design every time. So this is where I started to use the bottom of the wand to push it a little more to the left or a little bit more to the right. And you see I'm only doing this on the first nail because I'm kind of testing out how I'm going to go about it. And I end up using this method, I believe, the rest of the way through, because I started to realize it not only was the liquid from the polish dripping to the side on the nails as they were sitting, when I polished all of them, I think I was manipulating it too with the magnet. So at this point, you'll see me kind of go off camera a lot more because I'm using my flash UV mini lamp to kind of freeze the design in place at some points so that it doesn't go anywhere. But I'm going to continue this process all the way through, and I'll let you guys watch that, and I will be right back. So here I'm pointing out the curve line. So this is the line that if it's curved to the left like this, when you start to lay your next polish, make sure to curve it either to the right. Make sure you use the cat eye wand to go to the right, which is I flipped it upside down so I could literally go the opposite way and put the curve on the opposite side. And so now when you twinkle it in the light, you can see that there's a stark contrast between the two colors. So it's just me showing a good way to make them separate from each other, but keep it as a cohesive design, if that makes sense. And so I'm gonna pop that in to cure it, of course, after marveling at it one more time. I felt it needed just a little bit more. And so I'm going to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to continue that on, and I will pop back in when we switch over to the next color. Oh, and I just wanted to pop in here to apologize about the dog, about the barking. It's not my dog. My windows are just open because it's warm, and my neighbor's dog is a literal psychopath. I mean, the wind blows and he barks endlessly. He's adorable, but I think he has a nervous condition. I'm not really sure. So I'm sorry in advance if that's gonna get on your nerves, but it'll probably be a little sparse throughout the video. Alright, so now we're moving on to the next color, which is also a deep purple, but the difference is the glitters inside of this color are very, very, very fine. So this will leave not really sure what to call it, kind of like a sheer glimmer as opposed to a chunky glitter. And you'll see once I use the cat eye wand what I mean. It's a lot more of a subtle, gives it kind of like a metallic feedback with the wand. So it's a little more subtle, but it definitely adds to the depth and the 3D of it all. It definitely enhances the nebula-like features of the nail. But see, now we're 3 colors in and you can see quite a bit better like the look that we're going for. I had already done 10 nails like this, so I'm constantly comparing over and over. I believe I showed them in the beginning. Those were the bigger nails. I think size 0 through 4, and these are size 5 through 9. Because I was making a full press-on set, but you see, like you can tell that it's a difference. It's a very subtle difference, but they all work very well together. And from this point forward, I'll come in every time we switch colors. I'll be sure to show the number of the color. These actually came in a set, and I will leave the link to the set below. I just have to dig it up out of my Amazon orders. But enjoy the magnetic magic, and we will be back at the next color. I will be back at the next color, and we can discuss what I'm going to do from there. Okay, now this color is the only one in the set that is not pink or purple. It is a spacey greenish blue, and this is what I feel gave the most depth in the set. And as you can see, I'm not necessarily polishing the entire nail because I want to make sure that the glitter from this color is very localized into specific spots on the nail. I tried to just do it this way first, but I believe I ended up just adding more across the nail, because when you try to localize it like that with just it'll only spread the glitter in that little ball of a spot, which it gives it no choice but to ball up. So even though you see me, as you can see, I'm wiping more of the liquid into the bottle, and I'm just kind of drying off the brush to spread the glitter a little more evenly across the nail, because this gives me a better way to manipulate the glitters into the shape that I want it. If you try to just blot it in one corner, the liquid will not allow you to spread it. Even if you're just trying to keep it in one corner, like it won't allow you to spread it very well. And I learned that with that. But as you can see now, it's giving stars, it's giving solar. And so I kind of cut out a lot because this is tedious. At this point, you guys have seen me do all of the nails the same way, even with different colors, so you kind of know at this point, have a hang of it. I have no idea why this, for some reason it seems like the camera can't keep up with the glitter, but I will say that my phone camera does not do this glitter justice at all. And so now I'm switching over to these 2 other colors, which they are very much like that last purple that I used with a very fine glitter. The glitters in these are not chunky at all. It's the same brand, but they come from 2 different sets. But you'll see as I spread this on what I mean about it being so fine. It'll give that same effect that last purple that I used did. And yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch that, and we'll pop back in a minute. Alright, so now that we are done layering all the polishes, we are going to add a layer of UV hard gel, and this is how I not only encapsulate whatever design I'm doing on my press-on sets, but it also adds a layer of sturdiness. I do make custom and sell custom press-on sets. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. I do sell these custom sets, and the one thing that I try to do with my press-on nails is solve the problems that I used to have with press-on nails. Before I started getting my nails done, or before I was allowed to as a youngin', I experimented a lot with acrylic and press-on nails, and the method that I learned that I loved the most was press-ons, because I could alter them however I wanted to. I could add designs that I wanted. I could use whatever color I wanted, and I didn't have to worry about paying per nail at a salon. So this is one of the reasons why I do what I do for my business. I sell many other things other than press-on nails, but this is just something that I decided to add. The press-ons are very sturdy. As you can see, I didn't make you watch the entire UV gel process, but I will introduce you to this process because I haven't seen anyone else do it. So after you cure the hard gel, if you choose to do this, I give each of my nails a alcohol bath. This is 91% alcohol, and just any fluffy brush that you have that doesn't have pigments on it. Now, if you're noticing I'm pressing kind of hard and I'm slowing down and then speeding back up, usually you could just wipe these nails off. It takes a little while, but to me this works better because sometimes there will be spots left after taking a lint-free wipe or something like that with alcohol wiping it off. This to me works a lot better. I do wipe the nails off afterwards, but this helps me eliminate the amount of waste, if that makes sense. So I'm dipping the brush and I'm aggressively wiping. And if you do this, I promise this is a time saver. You'll notice, without even having to touch the nails, you'll notice if it's working. Because as you attempt to drag the brush down the nail the first time, it'll definitely have breaks on it. Because the nail is very sticky from the freshly cured hard gel. So as you continue to brush down the nail with the alcohol, you'll notice it's getting thinner and it'll go away. And afterwards, just wipe each nail down after dipping a piece of paper towel and just make sure that all of the stickiness is gone. And it works just the same. You can do it however you like to do it, but to me this is a time saver, especially when I'm producing 40-50 nails at one time, which I often do. to make ready to ship sets for my website. This set, along with the toes, will be available in a couple of ways on my website this upcoming Monday. We do new drops every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, come and check us out. Now, this is where the nail is clean, it's wiped off. Now I'm checking for any lumps and bumps. One of the hassles of layering colored polishes is sometimes you will have a very bumpy surface, especially with these chunky glitters. So when that happens, like this nail, I just simply take, after I find the bumps, I take a buffer and I simply buff it smooth. I just buff it down. At this point, there's so many layers of polish and hard gel. The hard gel gives you that layer to prevent error so that you do not buff off the designs you made with the polishes. If anything, the hard gel covered the bumps and gave you just an extra layer for you to be able to keep it in the shape that you want it while keeping the design that you created in the first place. So I'm just going to go over each nail, make sure I get rid of lumps and bumps, wipe it down with 91% alcohol again to get that clean glittery surface back. And then afterwards, after all the nails are done, we'll be adding a top coat. My favorite top coat is this, my Beetles top coat gel. It's just super glossy. I love it. But you do have to make sure you get all mistakes out of the way, because for some reason when you add this top coat and you cure it, if you try to add another layer, it seems to dull the nail. I don't know why. I don't know if that's every top coat, because this is honestly the only one I've ever really used, but I did notice that. So if you want like a diamond perfect shine, make sure you handle every single thing that you need to before you add this top coat to your nails. But it does bring out, because once you wiped it down with alcohol, it kind of dulled the glitter. This top coat definitely brings it all back out and give you that beautiful space nebula design that we worked so hard to create. This video is a bit long, but I promise you the actual design of these nails was so much longer, because it was my first time trying this design in this way to get the effects that I was looking for. And I'm a perfectionist, so my attention to detail is insane. So these are the finished nails after, and look at that, like they're all very cohesive. They look like they came out of the same sector of space. And I was super proud of myself doing this, because I was terrified the entire way through. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna come out terrible. Oh my god, it's gonna come out ugly. Oh, they're too dark. Oh, it's gonna look like space threw up on these nails. But no, actually they came out absolutely beautiful, and I was quite impressed with myself. I will make sure I leave the links below. And here are the finished nails on my model, Vicky. They are beautiful. They will be for sale this upcoming Monday. Not even sure what date that is, but just check the date of this video and I think you'll figure it out. But we will have new designs literally every single Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and check us out next week for a new tutorial. Bye guys.